Kia ora Star Wars fans, welcome to Middle Aged Kiwi Man collecting Star Wars figures. Made it to the end of the week, and so I'm going to do a very quick video about my pickups from the week. Whole bunch of Star Wars figures, so we'll get into that very shortly. Also picked up this really cool Attack on Titan hoodie. I have no idea, I've never watched the show, but my son's grown out of it and it's mine now. So, but let's check out the Star Wars figures. Alright, we'll just crack straight on into it. First one I picked up was this Singh, and I know she's not the greatest figure. I think she's only 5 points of articulation, but I don't have an Singh. The Vintage Collection one is quite hard to come by, and I just wanted this for my background episode 1 displays. Now have a look on the back. This line, the Power of the Jedi line, there were some really cool figures that came out with that. Particularly love that costume of Queen Amidala. Jet Porkins. Yeah, a few cool figures in that line. So when it started to get more realistic, that's all good. Skipping down the years a little bit, this is from 2005. This is the Battle Damaged Darth Vader. Already got one of these, but I picked up this again because it was cheap, and I want one of these dudes to open so I can pull his legs off and have him lying there in the lava. How cool. These are all from the same seller, these three, and then I picked up this awesome Power of the Force 2 Stormtrooper. This is one of my faves. I think I've said on a previous video that the Darth Vader was the first Star Wars figure I bought with my own money, and this would have been the second. And so really stoked to finally have one of these that I can put on card. Card was a little bit killed, but I've had it in books. I love this, man. Like, that's very, you know, I grew up with G.I. Joe, and I love the kind of the file card on the back. That reminds me a lot of G.I. Joe. And look at those classic steroids Power of the Force 2 figures. Oh, yo, Star Wars fan club. Should join that. And then lastly, a little box from Amazon Australia arrived today, really quick. Grabbed another one of these guys. I'm rewatching Andor at the moment. Absolutely love it, and these are just in such a quick scene, but I do really enjoy this figure. I did a review of it a while back. It's not perfect, the helmet's not perfect, but it's still a really fun figure to pose and all of that. There's VC269, and then the most anticipated Vintage Collection figure of the year is Clone Captain Hauser, which is just a repack of Clone Captain Ballast, but with his name corrected. Feel sorry for Hasbro on this one. Like, they obviously got told at the time when they were given the assets to make the figure that this dude was going to be called Ballast, and then by the time the show rocked around, he was Hauser. A few people in the community asked, hey, are you able to correct the name, Pill? And I think they were just talking about a running change. They weren't talking about taking up a slot in the line this many waves later, but here he is. Yo, he's pretty cool. Okay, and just quickly, here's the corrected Hauser on the left. You can see the card's identical apart from the name, for VC210, but it shows the contemporary figures that were available about the same time as this one. And then go back to this one. This was one that came in the 4-pack. This is Clone Captain Ballast. Have a look. It's identical, man. But because this came in a 4-pack, it is unpunched, so that one's staying carded. And then if we have a look on the back, same number, VC210, but with the figures that were available at the time that that 4-pack was available. So yeah, so Houses to open, Ballast will stay on card. Okay, there's a little lineup of the loose figures. So we've got Hauser, and he's not a bad figure. He's that older mold, but look at that face sculpt, is cool. And the haircut, I love his haircut, man. Where do you get that done? And then he's right next to the newer version of the Phase 2 Clone Trooper. I've done a review of this before. Another fantastic head sculpt, Temuera Morrison. Oh, get that back on there. And then this older Singh, and I know she doesn't have a lot of articulation. Her fingers are ginormous. She's going to look really cool in the background. She's just in the background of episode 1, and then of course they turned her into built on that bounty hunter character a bit more in the Clone Wars. Okay, and this Anakin is just kind of insane. So here you've got the unburnt face under the hood, and then if you look under there, there's a piece of plastic there, but that is just to hold all the bits together. His arms are there, so he displays nicely in the packet basically. Oh yeah, and then his head, and then you've got this bit which is all burnt up. You know, you can have him halfway through surgery, and then his legs pop off, so you can have him like in multiple scenes if you got multiple of them, and then you can take that arm off, I'm sure. So you can have him either as Anakin before it happens, and then you can have him go, "I hate you," to Obi-Wan Kenobi. But anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm middle-aged Kiwi man collecting Star Wars figures. Ka kite, and I'll see you on another video.